How you doing today? This is a modded bugera V22. It's a very common and likable unit on the market. It has some overdrive issues that seem to crop up just in the way it's set up. My friend brought this to me and we got it dialed in pretty good. This is basically a PV clone of a Classic 15 or a Classic 30, which is like the Delta Blues. So the circuits are quite similar. The difference being is this is an extremely well made cabinet, meaning not that that's a different from the PV, it's just that the way the layout on the board is all real nice double-sided circuit board on the PCB. Seems to be very solid. It uses some really good Korg controls, which are sealed, which don't tend to have problems unless they're actually damaged. What we addressed was the simplest. The high beam on the jewel, we addressed that, got that toned down. We addressed the high beam blue on the foot pedal so it doesn't glare off your cheeks when you're playing. Now on the important stuff, the clean channel had a bit of lack of sparkle, so we changed a few component values in that signal chain after the first gain stage. The next thing we addressed was the tone stack. Tone stack, the mids do not short to ground, so there's always a mid bleed through no matter how you have the controls set. We solved that. The other issue was the basic tone of the overdrive. Everything over 1 on the dial seemed to have a problem. You couldn't dial it down low enough to get a decent little crunch there, a little sparkle. I mean, a little crunch, I don't mean sparkle, but get rid of that immediate raspiness right when you flip it on. For people who like to use pedals and want a clean overdrive, a clean OD channel, kind of like the Hot Rod series where you could dial it into where you get a cleaner and louder second channel. The next thing we addressed was the lack of bass in the overdrive. No body to it. It just sounded high-end sizzle, and then the speaker, which is probably, other than the amp's great construction, is the weak point. It sounds a little mid-range to me, and that's in my opinion. We addressed the tone setup on the overdrive by just changing some values. No major circuit rearrangements. It's probably done in an hour and a half by a qualified tech, or if you're a DIYer. Just make sure you take all your safety precautions and don't get shocked. Added a 1 ohm resistor to the cathode to ground off one of the output tubes. So anybody with VOM, instead of a bias tester, can set the bias, which I like to see set at about 24. My client here wanted a set at about 22. 24 is 70% plate dissipation. This is a little technical stuff here. What we ended up with is an amp that reacts to dynamics. If you've got in an overdrive and over a halfway setting on the dial, you can back off the volume and get it to sparkle and then run it up when you want to do your leads. Works great for that. If you're not into switching your foot pedals, in the clean channel, we got that sparkle back right on the top end where we boosted the mid and treble with leaving the bass just about where it is. So now has a little more sparkle and doesn't sound so muddy like it did before. I probably said that. Basically, here's some tone samples. Pardon the playing. This is an OLP tin top, dual humbuckers. Will sound a lot smoother and a lot less greedy with obviously single coils like on a Strat or a Tele. And I found that this is a very usable amp now. It's too bad I can't take it out and jam with it because my buddy's going to get back today. So what can I say? So I'm having fun with it here on the video. And if there's any information you'd like to get from me, this is will be on my YouTube channel. Obviously, that's where you're seeing it. It's under Donny Boy 911, and I'm on Facebook under Don Molenda, Molenda. And we can hook up there and we can work something out for the details. I do this for fun, and I'm a gearhead, so mojo is everything. But I know there's a lot of these out there, and I know that I've read that people have problems with them. They're a great amp for the price. Just takes a little bit of tweaking, and ready to rock. What can I say? Here's the clean channel on the neck pickup. channel. Now we're going to change it up and put it on the 2 and bring the volume up a little bit here. In case you want a just a louder, clean channel. Mind you, this is the dirty channel. Clean channel. For those who play blues, this puts just a nice little edge like a tube screamer, so you save that pedal. Now we get up into the upper end. When you start getting around 7, you get a little natural compression there. A little snotty feel. Like you'd get off of a good fuzz box, old transistor stuff. We'll take it all the way up. A little reverb. don't see this amp do stock. Turn the bass off, turn the mids off, turn the treble off. Where'd the sound go? That's a proper tone stack. Now when you cut the mids or boost the mids, everything's individual. Full mids, nothing else. Clean. Dirty. It's really a fun amp to play now. I think you'll like it. If you have any questions, just subscribe to my posts, and I'll be more than happy to answer anything that I run across, anything that I know. You guys have a good one.